3, 2, 1, and we are live. Hello, everybody. This is Katarina.
This is Sabrina.
And this is Welcome to Your Journey. Basically, a podcast where we talk everything and anything you need to know about the human experience and the merging of the, I don't want to say ethereal, but merging of the divine experience, I guess, would be the best way to say it.
Yep.
We are both energy workers, both tarot card readers, and we decided to start this podcast. Why? Because we've been getting the same questions, and instead of just discussing it upon ourselves, we decided let's do a podcast and just share our wisdom and then get you guys to share your own wisdom with us. I guess that sums it up.
Yep,
right?
That's it.
First, we're going to say hi to everybody that is here live with us. Hello, Terry, Len,
and
Lori.
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 Your strawberry shorts on. Everybody have the strawberry shorts on?
We should all get strawberry shorts.
100%.
Or blue ones, because today we're talking about
blueberry shorts. Anyone?
Blueberry. Yes, I love that.
So, hello, then.
Season 3. We're on season 3 already, which is crazy and wild because what's been 2 months since we've been doing this?
2 months?
More than that.
No, yeah.
More than that.
Yeah.
Like 4 months.
I have no idea. I don't remember.
I just noticed you're all in like
blue.
Blue.
Lapis blue, baby. Blue.
Gorgeous. And why blue? Well, we're doing a little chakra series. So we have done mini series. We've done the tarot series where you can see us every Saturday. This Saturday is which one again?
Star.
The star card, where we dive into the major arcanas, giving you just our unsolicited advice and just information and educate you on how to use all of these beautiful tools for energy work or self-awareness work, consciousness work, I guess would be the best way to go about it. And Sabrina had the amazing idea to do a mini chakra series. And why we're doing this, Sabrina?
Why we're doing this Chakra MiniSeries?
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling Katarina today how I'm so glad to be doing this Chakra MiniSeries because we all know that there are energy centers and there are energy vortexes, and we all kind of have an idea. Throat is for communication, but when we explore it a little bit deeper, I could see my strengths and my weaknesses. I can see where I'm blocked and where I thrive, and I can see that with all my clients as well. So I feel like it's explorative. It's very unveiling.
So it's like it's almost like putting a name to. It's like I have noticed that to better witness something that's happening within us, sometimes labeling and sometimes language can help us just by naming what it is to then, I don't know, kind of release it. It's almost like seeing the monster in the closet when you actually have a name for it. You're like, oh,
well, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Exactly. It's like,
and then every time it comes up, you're aware of it, and you're like, oh, I need to do this, right? And that's the whole idea with all of us, all of the sessions we do together with her and her clients.
Yeah.
Is just to get us into that awareness moment. You're like, and then I even see it in your direct messaging with me. You're like, okay, it's coming up, Sabrina. I'm feeling it. I'm like, yo, like just like continue the journey, right? And we're here to help each other out, basically. And the Chakra MiniSeries to me has been very revealing in where the tension is, right? And we talk to you about how you can speak again to your chakras now. Like, oh, I know my throat. Oh, I have a sore throat. It's not because of the air conditioning. It's not because of that. It's because, oh, maybe I'm having a hard time expressing myself, or maybe I'm
not being true
to myself. Or, so there's a lot of things which we're going to explore right now.
Exactly.
So, let's go.
And well, I just want to add on to that too, in the sense of the whole point to me anyways, is to get to this part of the journey where you don't even need to identify anything anymore. You're just fully present in that moment where the release happens naturally, the transmutation happens naturally, where you're feeling without necessarily needing to judge or label things for whatever they may be. And the whole purpose of this mini chakra series is to give you all the incredible tools that we've used, that we've experienced, that our clients have experienced, to them set themselves free and get out of the box. out of this idea that it has to be, a specific way, and there's only one way to heal. There's only going, let's say, if we want to go the conventional way, there's only going to the hospital and take that pill to heal. There's more to it, and people have shown it throughout history. It's no longer woo-woo, everything that's going on. That's why we're doing a chakra series too. It's an ancient wisdom that people have used for centuries that science is actually proving exists. So let's dive in and give you all of these information, all of this tool, so you can actually do it on your own. We're here to guide you, but we love seeing you guys set yourselves free, right? That's the whole purpose of us being, I believe, on this planet. At least one of the purposes, if there is any purpose. But yeah. So the throat chakra.
Yeah. But before we get to the next slide, I want to talk about the speak only if it improves upon the silence, which was my favorite Gandhi. If it's not Gandhi, it's Rumi that I'm putting quotes on. But I love this because as we move through this journey, which we'll see in the next slides, it's a discernment of when you need to speak. But when we're at the beginning stages, we feel like, which I've done too, we have to say everything that's on our mind, right? Or like, oh my God, I have to tell everybody, I got to change everybody. Then you move through the journey. You're like, okay, I don't need to tell anyone because like us, we're here, we're expressing ourselves, and you could take whatever you want, right? That resonates or whatever. And then you walk away. And I always say to you, let it go, let it flow, right? Take the information and then let it flow. So I feel like that's an important thing. And silence becomes more and more something that we embody and more something that we become.
I love that because that's exactly what I say in my Reiki apprenticeships and even mentorships, and even just in my sessions. You Reiki just means life force energy, meaning that you are life force energy, and that's what you're remembering. So like you said, it with the silence, you become one with the silence, you become one with the life force energy around you. So you don't even need to speak anymore. Your presence is all that is needed. Your presence is what shifts and what heals you, and therefore the world around you, because everything is just a reflection of you. So if you're healing yourself just by being you, just by, in this case, speaking your truth, but speaking your authentic truth, because you're being honest with the emotions that you're going through, the feelings that you're going through, the keeping your heart open, staying vulnerable, well, then you're healing everything else around you too.
Yeah.
And does it need to be healed, or do you really need to be healed? That's a whole other conversation for another time. But yes. So yeah.
Okay, let's go through the slides because we've said everything in our slides. I'm kidding.
I love this. Speaking
your truth program and allowing narcissistic behavior take me down.
I don't
understand either.
Yeah.
You're speaking.
Patricia, could you elaborate a little more on this? But it's interesting. Speaking your truth.
Oh, are you saying that
program. No, I don't get it either.
It's okay. You'll explain.
To me, anyways, if you're speaking your truth, then depending on the program, but usually it will balance out that narcissistic tendency. And narcissism is usually based on fear, right? Anyways, clarify that, and maybe we can dive in deeper. But until then, let's get started with this session. Let's get started with this episode, which is the throat chakra. And we will be diving into, as you can see over here, well, we already explained why we're doing the series. What is the throat chakra? So we're going to dive into exactly what that one is. The collective awakening. This is something that Sabrina has noticed, and I am excited to dive into this part of the episode. The balancements, like every other one.
The new words that Katarina comes up with in her vocabulary.
Always.
So balancement, everyone. I love it. She's the best. Yeah.
Why stay in the box when we can step outside? Anyways, it's a throat chakra, activation. Activation symptoms, practices, holistic correspondence, and then as usual, as the series will provide, every single episode, you'll have a pendulum and Reiki activation and clearing for this specific, I believe it's for all the chakras, but the intention is for the throat. And if you watch all the other ones, you can activate all the ones that we've already done. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the next episode. Perfect. So, Sabrina, what is the throat chakra?
Well, I was excited to do the throat chakra because to me, it's everything. If a lot of you who already follow me, you know, I'm unfiltered. I'm my whole focus is my throat chakra. I'm just like, whoa, right? Like, it's all about self-expression, communication. But my whole life I've been shy. I've had an underactive throat chakra. And then when my throat chakra was overactive, I got reprimanded. So I've been like constantly on a seesaw with this. What is the throat chakra? It's at the center of the throat. It's the color blue. The blue is all about communication, you know, crystal blue, crystal clarity. And the element is ether, which is space, like the space between. So it's like you're communicating between. It's like, to me, ether is like that space between the nothingness, right? So, and we're filling it in with words. But at one point, I feel like we're going to not need so many words to fill it in, but we'll see. The main function is communication, self-expression, and truth. And also, where is it on the map? It's at the pyramids of Giza in Egypt.
Which I find super interesting.
And also, it's also at Mount Sinai in Egypt and Mount of Olives in Jerusalem.
And do you mean like the energetic center?
The energetic center of the world. Where is the
Earth has chakras too? Yeah.
Like we didn't say it's in everyone else. Like the root chakras in Mount Shasta. Like there's all the heart chakras found in Hawaii, in Maui.
Okay.
And I believe it's in South Africa, but I didn't find it anywhere. But I've heard that. So, anyways, that is the throat chakra. This is like, you can talk about the Sanskrit part of it.
Well, the Sanskrit word Visuddha just means pure. So and to me, purity just means the more you're able to be honest with yourself, the more you're able to be transparent with yourself, the more you're able to be vulnerable and therefore keep a heart open, which gives you this clarity of speech, gives you this clarity of and just openness to just be authentic and genuine. So the whole point of the throat chakra is to achieve this purity that is you. You were pure when you were born. You were an empty vessel that got filled in with all kinds of information, all kinds of maybe even entrapment, attachments, and the whole purpose. Well, not the whole purpose, but part of the work and challenge is to remove all the illusions, remove all these masks, remove everything that is preventing you from speaking at this immense clarity of who you truly are at an essence level, right?
It's like the purity of communication. Let's get back down to the basics of communication. Instead of us, we fill the words, we fill the spaces with all the images, words, everything. And it's just like too much, like, right? We all, like, social media is an example of not being at its purest form of communication.
Well, if you're filling up also so many words, like if you're using so many words, are you really expressing your true self, or you're kind of distracting yourself by using all of these words?
Exactly.
As well.
And it's like in writing and in copywriting, it's like the most compelling phrases or sentences are usually the clear and the concise ones, right? It's not about the billowy white pillow and sky. It's not. It's like that. You just have to use one. I can't come up with a word right now, but the fluff or whatever, right? It's like, boom, instead of using all the words, which is beautiful sometimes in poetry and blah, blah. But I think that's what's happening. There's a whittling down to purity, to your true essence, which is the nothingness. So
for a big part, yeah, it's this neutrality that we're kind of heading into, which I believe is our base. Let's see if anybody else.
Carol. Oh, hi, Carol.
Hello, Carol.
She's from the Netherlands. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. This is kind of interesting. I hope it's very interesting.
Speak your truth and own your words. Yes.
So the throat chakra activation symptoms. I'll let you go ahead.
So, if you're on this journey, we read a lot about the ascension symptoms, and this is what how your throat is in full activation mode. So, like I said at the beginning, you have a sore throat or you're hoarse, you're feeling, to me, it's like in the media, it'll tell you because it's you went out in the cold and you put your feet in the snow, or it's all these narratives, but it's really because you're activating your throat, and your throat is like, okay, it's like sore for now, and now all you need to do is give me some hot water or whatever, right? And neck and shoulder tension, thyroid issues is a big thing for a lot of people, a lot of women mostly, and men also suffer from this. But it's again, it's all the explanations that we get from the outside world, and really what's happening is, we talk about solar light coding, the activation of DNA. Well, when this is happening, you're being activated. So the emotional mental symptoms is like the urge to speak out, which I will talk soon. It's this feeling like you walk into a place, or you're at a dinner table and you want to speak out, but then you're like, oh no,
what if they say this?
What if right?
What if they don't like what I have to say? What if
all this
all the little mind chatters that come in right after the intuitive hit. And the intuitive hit, as we mentioned, is going to be very subtle. It's going to be like, say this or talk about this. And then all the fears and the doubts might just come rushing in. It's like, okay, well, now's your opportunity. What are you going to do? What path are you going to take? Are you going to be courageous and push through and be honest and be just say what you got to say?
And like every chakra, there's a different time to activate. So your body knows when it's time for you to speak out, when it's time for you to shut up, when it's time for you to, to be more honest and transparent and whatever. It's like you start to feel it. Like I feel it all the time when I'm in a setting where it's like they're urging me to say something, and I'm like, and then my mind gets involved, right? So these are some of the symptoms that are fun. And we have our wolf here because I found out that the spirit animal is the wolf, is the howling of the you gotta howl in the moon, bitches. That's what you gotta do. I love it.
But it's also calls in your tribe too. You speaking out your truth calls in everybody else and gives permission to the people around you to do the same. That's the beauty that I've always loved about the howl of the wolf and the whole community. The wolf in itself, you want to talk about tribe, it's so beautiful how they all interact together. Everybody has a purpose, everybody is protected, and it's just so you speaking your truth, you speaking up, just helps everybody else rise up and do the same and be themselves.
And this is just to show you where it would hit you when you would be encouraged by your spirit guide or your higher self or your soul to make that next step. You would start to feel it, and you would start to you start to get irritated, or there's so many different physical symptoms and energetic symptoms, but it's usually starts with the throat, the neck.
Basically, it's just to give you an idea that just because something is happening, it doesn't mean that it's an ailment. We're so fast to think that it's a disease and all that, but in reality, it could just be an upgrade. You're practicing something that you're usually not practicing, or you're being asked by your body to speak up or do something. So you're getting all of these physiological symptoms. So
read this.
I am very careful with my words, especially when communicating with a man I love. Words can be a death by 1,000 cuts, 100%, 100%. So it's always to come. How are you going to speak? Is it going to be through love or through fear?
But if you're loving, if you're coming from a place of love, Terry and everybody else, it might feel like cuts to someone. It won't feel like cuts to someone else, even though it initially might feel like that. But it'll come. If it's coming from a place of ego for you, then definitely it'll feel like cuts. But I know you, and it's coming from a place of love. So eventually, he or she, but he will like, absorb these stabs.
And it goes back to what we were saying too. I feel like we're coming to a place where we're acknowledging our truth by acknowledging our needs and acknowledging our feelings, but in a way that's not projecting. We're owning up to like, these are my feelings, my emotions. You're not making me do this. This is my feelings, my emotions. And it's only going to cut. The ego could only affect the ego. So once you own up and you detach and you really accept that nobody could do anything to us, nobody could take away our power, it almost becomes easier to acknowledge and be like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I need from you right now. And if they take it personal, it's okay. Let them take it personal. And just, it's almost like being honest with yourself will come at a price. Sometimes it might feel like the other one's being rejected, but in reality, you're just creating these boundaries. And it comes back to what the throat chakra is all about too. It's about discernment. You're leveling up now. You're speaking up to a point where you can be discerning enough when something's right for you and something's not right for you. And you're able to actually voice it up and be like, this is not right for me. Or if you're actually dating someone and you're like, this is not working for me, you can actually say it's not working for me. But if the other one takes it personally, there's nothing you can do about it. But we're leveling up. Like, I don't want to say leveling up. It's basically we're learning what was the other word from discernment?
Discrimination.
So we always had like this negative connotation of discrimination. But when you're actually true and honest, and again, this is without deflecting, well, then you can discriminate and you can set out it's almost like choosing yourself first, choosing yourself and your well-being, and which is a part of self-care. I don't know. What do you think, Sabrina?
Well, whatever. I mean, it's being honest with yourself, because regardless of how the other person is reacting, it's just a reflection again. And also it's their issues that are coming up. So we can speak and we can hurt them, and like they could feel judged by us, and they could feel, but if I'm speaking from a place of, like Melissa's going to a court case, if she's speaking from a place of honesty and she's not bullshitting, then the resonance of the words will hit the judge or the lawyer or whatever in the right frequency. But if you're lying to yourself and you're speaking to your loved one or to your judge or to whatever, then yes, maybe that low vibration will come back after at you, kind of thing. That's why I like, is that like what you were talking about? Because I feel like that's what it is.
Perspective.
And it's different. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Too many times I've allowed myself to be on the receiving end of these words. Yeah. And that was where you were at in your life, right? You had to be, and you took it and you ingested all that low frequency. And now this is where you're at. That's why you're moving through this like tower moment right now, because you're having to release all that crap, which just sucks. Anyways.
So the collective throat chakra awakening.
So when I was we were preparing these slides, right away when I thought throat chakra, to me, it was very resonant, like I said at the beginning of this, because in 2020, we had a global event that shook us, like that required that shut down the whole world, right? Everybody came inside, isolated indoors, and then we lost kind of our voice, because we were all like, oh my God, what are we doing? And God forbid some of us say no, or God forbid say something. It was like, no, you shut the fuck up, right? So I felt like this was the awakening moment of, again, like there's many moments in history, but I don't want to go back to like of this throat chakra. That's why I have the butterfly. To me, it was like this opening up. It was like, no, I need to be heard. So a lot of us, not every one of us, a lot of us were like, felt this need to express ourselves within our families, within our friends, within our groups. And a lot of us were rejected and judged and pushed away and demonized and demeaned, and but when I look back and now I think about it, I'm like, this was the best thing for me. It was the best thing for her. It was the best thing for a lot of us, because we needed to be rejected to be able to see our worth. I needed to be judged for me to step into my power, to step up and be, and like it, I have to bring this up because with any other event, with any other, wherever you feel like you're stifled and then you have to speak up, there's a moment of clarity that happens. And there's this moment of like, I totally lost my concentration, by the way. I had an idea in my head and I completely lost it. It's so funny.
In regards to
this, like when you're stifled, you are, wow, I'm completely lost. Anyway, it doesn't matter. To me, it was this 2020 or whatever it is. A lot of parts of my life have been where I have been like shushed, and I know that me, in my, like Sabrina, or my soul is like, no, there was a burst of awakening for me that came up. I've been awake a lot of my life, but this was like, now I'm going to express myself. Now I need to share what I said. Oh, this is what I want to say. And there's a lot of what I was sharing was things I was learning from other videos, was things I was learning from other forms of communication. And it was okay at the time, but it's not my information to share. And that's what I've learned over the years. Now I'm in 2024, and I learned that the only information I need is my inner wisdom. Everyone else, I don't demonize anybody because I'm doing the same thing. They can speak out, but this is where I feel like this throat chakra awakening made me more confident in my inner wisdom, in my inner voice. And my whole life I've been rejected, or I've been like, okay, she's crazy, or okay, well, you can have your opinion, or you don't respect me, or whatever, all this crapola, which opened my barrier, right? It opened my tunnel or whatever. It just opened my road to a greater purpose. So how does that, like, are you resonating with this? Like, do you feel like, I don't know, is it only me? Like, did you feel the same thing in 2020? You feel like there was an avalanche of like words that had to come out, and a lot of energy that was stuck.
Well, for me anyways, I felt like we were being more aware of where we're giving our power to. So for me, we were starting to see, like I was starting to see, well, wow, I really care about what this person thinks. Or when I would actually have a conversation, I would try to convince everybody about what I thought and what I needed to share, what I believed. And I was like, but why do I care so much about convincing other people? So it really showed me the places in my life where I was giving my power away through, in this case, self-expression. And I do believe that, yes, 100%, that we've come to a place where people had needed to find the courage to speak up about the things that they truly believed in, that they truly thought was important for the whole world to come together and to actually break free from clearly a program and a disillusion of in 2020 governments lying to us. Like it was we had governments that literally was lying to us, who admittedly opened this year that yes, they were working and collaborating together to push certain things even without the adequate scientific information. So I feel like it really pushed a lot of people out of their comfort zone. It forced people to rethink their lives, forced people to kind of to just
be comfortable. I feel like
in the discomfort also.
But also like be comfortable with your self-expression. This was like a huge, it's still continuing. There's still like people still awakening. Their throat chakra is still awakening and saying, oh my God, I can speak up. I can, without being censored. You know how much censorship was going on in like 2020 and 2021? It was insane in the membrane. Even I was being censored for frick's sake, for like silly things. And it was like, it's unnerving to be like that, to be in a world where you think is normal. And then it just wasn't normal anymore. And but to me, I look back and I'm like so grateful for that moment. I'm grateful for the lockdown. I'm grateful for having like freed myself from my cocoon. The lockdowns created cocoons, for people.
Yeah, 100%.
But in an interesting way, because it made you come to your center and to find your center and to find your power. We needed to quiet down to find the power, to find the voice. So I thought this was a really beautiful time to express this, to talk about this, because the more and more you get comfortable with your voice and the responses that return, like, so as you move through this journey, you pay attention to how your energy responds to the words. We had come up with this over lunch today. So like, as you move through the journey, and I have a perfect example. So many of you know me already. I used to get triggered by certain words or certain people saying things. And I'd be like, mm-mm. And it's because I wasn't fully cleared of that. When you get triggered, it's because there's still a blockage within you, whether it's your throat, whether it's your sacral, whether it's whatever, there's a blockage. And it's for you to step into the awareness of it. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm blocked. So how do I clear? And you don't know how to clear sometimes. All you need to do is really ask, help me clear this, or, do the work that we've taught you in these past episodes. But as you move higher and higher into this journey, you realize like someone could say something to me, say the C word to me, and I won't get like all triggered anymore. I'll just be like, okay,
C word,
COVID, C word, or whatever, right? Or whatever it is, right? The C word, not the, that's my C word. So we see like how, and it's a way to, it's like a measuring scale, kind of like
for energy,
how you can see gauge where you're at. I think that's really beautiful, actually.
Yeah, because if you're still dabbering into the lower frequencies, so aka just in the victim state, if you want to go about it more in this human language, like victim state, if you're still in that victim state, certain words will trigger you until you actually
hi Jenny
accept them, and you actually integrate all the lessons that those triggers will activate. Meaning, well, for me anyways, it's really, if you're still dabbering in the victim state, there's still parts of yourself and parts of these situations that you haven't seen the gold nuggets. You haven't turned into fertilizer yet, because everything has something beautiful, even the corrupt, even the evil. There's something beautiful in everything, and there's something corrupt in everything that's beautiful. That's been a quote that's been sticking with me. It's everything is there to show us a deeper just truth of who we are. That's the way I see it. And this truth is for us to, the way I think we could tap into this truth is loving all the aspects of ourselves. The ones that we think are unlovable, the ones that we think that are not, deserving of our love, and anything. Like if we're getting triggered, if we're still in that victim state, it's because we haven't fully loved that version of ourselves that still feels hurt, that still feels sad, that still feels that suffering for whatever happened in the past. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense.
And what if your truth doesn't please others? Oh, big one, because we're not here to people please. It's not about the other person anymore. It's not about disrespecting 100,000% the other person. But if you're coming from a place of authenticity and a place of true like love and honesty, your truth may not sit well with others, but it won't cut them like it did with Terry. Did you believe that? Like, the more and more you come from a place of, because a lot of times our truth, like when you speak your truth, you're angry. Like in the social media, it's like these protests, it's angry. Like like, that's why protests are so anti anything, because you're just anger on the street. You're just lowering the vibration. Why can't you go out in peace, kind of thing? So if you're speaking in peace, the other person is not coming back at you and with anger. Like, they're not responding with anger. It's like, it's how we do it. And people pleasing is a big thing for all of the chakras, because that's
it's coping usually.
It's our coping mechanism of how we
protect ourselves.
How we protect, but you can't be authentic and people please.
If at a certain point when we're younger, we had to people please if we felt unsafe for speaking our truth, right? If for you with this question, Nikel, hopefully I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
If your truth does not please others, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as there's no actual physical, mental, or emotional abuse, like she said, like, are you coming at it truthfully, meaning without projecting? Like, are you really coming like, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I need, and the person just is not able to respond and doesn't like that? Does it matter? Do you need them to be okay with your truth? If you need them to be okay with your truth, then it goes against, it's counterintuitive. It's like there's something that still needs to be cleared. Exactly.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay.
But
so it really depends on how you respond to them not liking your truth, right? As long as you're really speaking from that truth and not, again, projecting, oh, you're the problem, you this
blame, shame,
blame. And the opposite would be like, I feel like I need alone time, for example, or I feel like I need to travel the world. And then if they respond and they're not happy with that for whatever reason, can there be a compromise? But then again, technically speaking, and it depends, like, do you have kids and it's because you have responsibilities? That's a, responsibility. There is power in responsibility too. So, I mean, there's a lot of contexts. We can go deep into all of these different timelines and different, conversations. But overall, if you need somebody to be okay with your truth, well, then what's the word I'm looking for? There's a part of you that still needs to probably be held by you in that case, because generally speaking, if you're speaking your truth, you don't care what other people think about you, technically speaking.
But yeah, but
it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's something to learn.
Yeah, it is. People pleasing is like a huge thing, Nikel. It's not like you're not the only one. Like, we all have had to come face to face with that, and a lot of us, it's with our families mostly, and our friends and our colleagues, and there will always be a moment as you speak your truth that you won't please another person. Trust me. And because a lot of us on this journey are not a very big percentage of the world, and a lot of it, like, you asked about your purpose. This is like part of our purpose, is to speak our truth and express, like, the vibration and the sound that's coming out is like actually ripples into the world, into the planet. So continue doing that. And even though you're going to hit like 1,000 walls, we're going to break through this. Trust us. Lori says, Freedom 2020 was my mantra for that year. I spoke up for myself with everyone. Not many people liked it. I didn't care. I had enough. Yes, baby. Yeah, that's what it was. But it was also, it was a very, it was a moment of discovery of self, I feel, in 2020. And it's still continuing to be that. You're learning who you are. You're learning to whom you want to speak to whom you don't want to speak to anymore. Like, sometimes, like, I try to change people's minds. It's like, really, it's not my place to do that. It's like I thought I was doing good, but it was like, it's okay that that's the learning process,
Yeah, 100%.
And now I'm more and more like, okay,
Yeah, we learned that it's actually sometimes doing others a disfavor because they need to go on that path. If we change their minds, and they might not go on the path that they absolutely need to go to learn the lessons, and then I feel like it just comes back and bites us in the ass, right? in the arse. And a lot of the times we think we really, really want something, and then the universe takes it away, or something happens, and then we fight for it, and then we get it, and we're like, oh, this is not what I wanted. So it's like all this energy that has been placed on people, places, and things that we thought we wanted, instead of just allowing things to go and take their course so they could learn their lessons and maybe become a better person. And then you guys will cross paths again, or for you to learn your lessons and learn how to actually detach and let go and live freely, because you cannot truly be free if you're not attached, if you're still attached to an idea or outcome. What is this?
The people that don't want you to speak your truth tell you that they aren't your people. Yeah. But
yeah, it's true. It could be based on fear too, though.
Yeah. And it's mostly on fear. And most of them are, this is the time, this is the perfect example. Thank you for sharing that, because it's like, oh, they're not my people. My soul tribe is somewhere else. You know, we'll learn this on the spiritual path, this journey that we're on, that, oh, this is our people. This is your people. We're all the same people, right? We're all the one. 100%. It's just some of us have chosen to stay in a low vibration. They're still my people. But I'm like, I understand that it's not my place to be talking to them, you know? And unfortunately, a lot of these people are family members. But it's not unfortunate. It's because this is my soul contract. Listen to me. Every single one of us could not have been in a family or friends or wherever of people that also felt like us. We will never have awakened into this. We needed the pushback. We needed to feel uncomfortable. We needed the tower moments at every freaking day of our lives. We needed that so that we could be like, okay, you know? And then we start to find our people. But at one point you realize that you can't only be staying with your people, right? We have to expand and say, okay, because obviously I chose my parents or my father to be here with me to push my freaking buttons, but I still love this man, and I'm not going to reject him because he doesn't think like me, right? It's that whole, like, we separated and then we come back because we realize that we're all here together.
Yeah, and also to just accept people for who they are and where they are on their journey too. A big part of all of this is us accepting, like, we are all one. We are all here. We are all each other's people, but we're able to actually accept that we're not on the same path, and that's okay. We don't have the same opinion, but that doesn't mean I should throw you under a bus, right? It's just because you don't have the same opinion or views with somebody else doesn't mean you can't stay kind and humane with that person, and which is something we didn't really see throughout the whole 2020 experience. A lot of the fears came up to the surface, which is what needed to happen to clear and to actually see a lot of the patterns and therefore breaking them. But yeah, it's to accept also that some people, they're not on the same path as us.
Trajectory as us.
Yeah, and that's okay.
And they're there for us. They're actually put in the path for us to, like, ascend, to move up,
to trigger us, to
do all the things that they did that was really uncomfortable,
to practice loving even those triggers, those part of ourselves, loving them even if we don't agree with them, right? So it's everything technically it's almost like a practice session of how deeply can you trust and love unconditionally.
And it's interesting because she just said, like, fear was brought up in this 2020, right? And I just, like, Dawn, I was like, yes, it was brought up because we needed to break it down. So, like, what even now out there in the United States, especially, there's so much, like, fear and anger and all that coming up. But can you see it from an outside? Like, can you step outside of it and look at it and say, oh, I'm here to break that shit down. I'm here to transmute it. I'm not going to play in it. Shut off that TV, people. I'm not going to shut off those social media. Don't play in the energy, because it only reinforces the anger and only reinforces that. So if you don't play in it and you're aware of it and you just transmute it, that's what's happening here. And that's why a lot of you might be feeling this, especially now. Like you're like, if you're angry, it's usually because you want to speak or you want to like hold back.
Yeah. 100%.
So I brought out the slide before, the unbalance, how you could see if you're underactive or overactive, which is like a lot of what we were saying.
And when we bring this up, like when we say underactive and overactive, is just to give you a point of like, I'm talking a lot today. Why am I talking so much today? Is it because I'm avoiding my feelings and I'm compensating by talking a lot? So, and what can you do about that? Can you slow it down? Can you take a moment of silence and really just stay in silence? And if that's challenging, maybe to go and dig a little deeper and dive through it, right? Sorry, continue.
No, it's not amazing.
Same
it's
thing.
like the like she's saying, like for me, when I saw these things, I'm like, how many of us have done this? This is so like interrupted others when they're speaking, because you're like your thoughts are already somewhere else. You're like, okay, I just want to I just need to express myself. But you're like, okay, why do you feel like you need to do this?
Why do you feel like you need to prove something, right?
Right. And gossiping. How many of us have gossiped? Oh my God.
All of us.
It's like
I mean, just look at the shows we've been watching. Gossip. Exactly. It's like we've been programmed to do that. But then you start realizing like, oh yeah, gossiping it's not bringing us anywhere. If anything, it's feeding into the fears and the
also low vibration. It's like you're speaking shit about someone else,
which is you. So that means you're speaking shit about yourself.
And also that you're sending out low vibration into the world. To me, I think about the earth as an earth grid. I'm like, I'm lowering the vibration of earth by speaking bad about them. And also the more and more I think about it, I'm like, okay, like I have a whole team here that I can't see with my eyes, but they're all like, really? So that stops me from so much right now. I'm like, that's why I'm completely honest.
I love that visual.
I could see them like going, oh yeah,
are you sure you want to do that? You sure? It might feel good temporarily, but you're gonna feel like crap after.
Yeah,
because you just talked crap about a sister or a brother, even if it's not blood related. They're still part of you.
I'm like, really? Okay.
Well, that too, in the sense of, sometimes we want to walk around on eggshells because we think it's, sometimes we don't have the right words, right? Sometimes we don't have the right words. And until we do find the right words, sometimes lashing out can be at least a step closer for you to find the right words, right? So it's okay to stumble as long as you're not judging yourself and guilt tripping yourself along the line.
But I like overthinking communication. That is like the best. For me, it's like, I want to say this to my sister, my brother, my boyfriend, or my girlfriend, or a wife, whatever. I want to say this to her, but should I say this to her? Or maybe it's not the right thing. I won't respect her if I do. Like, OMG, right? That's where you shut it all down. It's like you right away that you're overactive here. And it's like, shut up, Sabrina, and let's get to it. Like, when I say shut up, Sabrina, in a good way, right? So like, just like calm down, get to the center. What is it I need to express? Do I need to express something? No. Okay, so maybe I should just like do something with myself. Right?
What is the emotion that
or
I'm
maybe I should go
within
and
me,
scream,
right?
Like sometimes you just need to release something. And a lot of the times we release it to people. And it's maybe not the right time to be releasing it to the person, right? It's just like because you're pent up your energy. So maybe you can go out and scream it into a pillow or something.
Yeah, timing is a big one too, right? So all of these underactive or overactive is just for you to question yourself. Oh, I'm shy. Why am I like what? What about the situation am I shy? What is it that I'm really shy about? Is it shyness, or is it because I don't feel worthy enough to actually be in a room with this and this person? And how can I flip that script? How can I reprogram that? How can I do these? And we'll show you different exercises that you can do to kind of get back into your body and feel more comfortable and confident to actually go blast through these situations like social anxiety and
dishonesty is a big
dishonesty
one, because that's like a lot of us do white lies all the time. And I can step into this so quickly now, and I'm like, oh, I know it, and I can feel it. I'm like, oh, I'm totally lying about this right now. Like, why am I exaggerating this story right now, Sabrina? You know, am I telling myself? And then it's like, yeah, why are you? And then I have to stop it, and I have to tell the person, by the way, I'm just like lying about this right now. And they're like, okay, Sabrina, what the hell? I said, because it was embellishing the story, but it's like, get really honest. And it's like to catch yourself, and Sabrina catches herself in the real time, so you can do it.
Although I do believe sometimes embellishing a story, it could be a great way to catch someone's attention and really ground them and being present. I do believe there's an art in storytelling. Doesn't mean that you need to be dishonest or lie. That's I still feel like it's two different things.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. But I mean, like, yeah.
Because you can, dishonest to me is like really you're going off topic and off subject, and you're just like trying to cover up something, right? Trying to cover up something that you don't believe was good, or
it could even be simple as like, have you ever been to Italy? Yeah, of course I have, but you haven't. But in your mind, you have, right?
That's not, that's not embellishing anymore. That's like literally lying. But
that's
but it's again like, why do you feel like you need to lie? Why do you feel like you need to have this person believe that you went to Italy? Like, is it because
to prove yourself?
Yeah, you don't feel worthy enough if you didn't go, or prove yourself. And for me, it was indecisiveness. That was a big one for me. Indecisiveness. For a big part of my life, I was always indecisive. I never actually took action because I almost felt like I was frozen. I didn't want to take any actions because I was always afraid of making the wrong one. But then you don't do anything. You don't move forward. You cannot move forward. So deciding on something,
what is right or wrong, we learned this later on, like what is right or wrong. The wrong is the path was not right. So okay, next, like, okay, it's like a perfect
and so what if it's wrong, right? And what if it is wrong? Who cares? At least you decided on something. At least you decided to actually do something, which is so powerful. Anyways, this is fun. I wish I could go on about this, but this is brain fun. Is just not. So the different steps that you can take. So the different tools that you can take. Hello, Anne.
Yeah.
Hello. So the different tools that you can take to actually activate or help balance out these different energetic points, which is just, to me, balancing out just means you're taking a moment to center yourself. You're taking a moment to be like, hey, what's going on, body? What's going on, cat? What's going on? Like, what is going on? Let's sing a little over here. Let's calm ourselves, calm our whole field.
I gotta say that, like, I do a lot of screaming. Yeah. I go into my car and I go on road trips and I scream in my car with my music loud, and I sing loud, and it completely clears me. So a lot of people have different ways of doing things. And I like the neck stretches. I guess I never thought of that. Neck stretches.
Yeah. Anything that gets you in that present moment. That's the way I see balancing. How to balance any kind of chakras is like, how could you become present? So you're not actually overthinking. You're not actually in the overactive or underactive. And these are great ways to do that. Like mantras and chanting, I've used that many times, just because you're just repeating one word. So it's you cannot think on the same time as you're repeating one word, right? So again, it brings you back in the present moment. Expressive writing, that's right up your alley, and it's I've done it too in my journals, and it's amazing because what you're doing, your arm, remember, it's like an extension of your brain. So whatever you're writing down, it's like just, they call it brain dumping for a reason, which I find great. So that it just removes itself automatically, technically speaking. It might come back, but at least at that moment, it's been removed, right?
Yeah.
The screaming is a good one too.
Yeah. And eat throat-friendly foods, which is like blueberries, blackberries, or herbal teas, whatever you want. Blue spirulina, whatever you want. And there's lots of blue foods.
With chlorophyll?
Kool-Aid.
No, yeah, maybe not Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Don't do the Kool-Aid.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid,
Yeah,
guys.
if you want, once in a while, you can have Kool-Aid.
I think we're not talking about the same Kool-Aid, but yes.
Oh, oh no, I'm not talking about that. That's like yes, like Special K kind of thing.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, we're not talking about that stuff.
Let's not go there.
Okay.
And then, the
holistic. So just because we do this all the time, zodiac signs are Orna.
Hello.
Are Gemini, Virgo, Taurus. Okay, so it's Gemini and Virgo. I've always thought it was Taurus, but because the throat is ruled is the body part that is Taurus rules, I guess, it governs, is the throat. So I assumed in my head that we are throat chakra, but it's more Gemini, Virgo. And I was like, oh my God.
Which are communicative. Very
communicative.
They're air signs, right? So they're very mental.
No, Virgo is Earth.
Okay, Gemini is air.
The only reason is because they're both ruled by Mercury.
Oh yeah, the planet of communication. Yeah, that makes sense.
The only thing, like Virgo and Taurus don't really have planets, which will happen soon enough, because that's why Virgo is latched onto Gemini, and that's why Taurus is latched onto the Empress of Libra. But we're not. Taurus and Virgo are the only signs that don't really have planets.
Oh, I did not know that.
To be determined, it's coming soon to a theater near you, like when in New World, and that's what I see it as. Anyways,
interesting.
So the tarot is the Magician, because the Gemini, the Hierophant, is Taurus, and the Lovers is Gemini again. Oh, I see. It's interesting that there's no Virgo tarot. But anyways, the element is ether. It's all about space, the essence of emptiness in which our true selves live. And the hum. Do you ever use that?
The what?
Hum. To activate the throat chakra.
Oh, hum. Yeah, hum.
Oh, that makes sense.
Actually, humming. We didn't write it, but humming is a great way to activate. I've done that. And if you hum, you can't really be angry and sad if you think about it. Just hum. Hum anything. Hum. Humming is just such a beautiful frequency. You're just humming, and it just automatically feels good. And you cannot, try it one day when you're sad or angry and just hum it. There's something magical about that, and I feel like I'm sure there's a logical explanation too, but we don't need logic at this very moment. So just try it and give us your feedback.
It's gonna make you laugh. So
laughter too is a good one, actually. Now that we think about it, you have laughter yoga that some people do, literally a yoga based on you laughing. I've done it. It's hilarious. It's amazing, actually. When you have 5 people, 10 people in the same room just laughing. If you laugh, you cannot be angry. You cannot be angry and laugh.
I do that sometimes.
On the same time.
When I'm angry, I smile really widely. And then you're just like
physiologically also it creates dopamine. It's just beautiful. Yeah, that's the 2 things that we didn't mention.
So the spirit animals are wolf, like we said before, and peacock. This is like expression. And the frog. How cute is that? I'm like okay, riveting on the lily pads.
Frogs are usually also a pure. They're considered like purity.
Cleanser.
Yeah. Purity. So.
And the crystals are anything blue. I guess blue lace agate, lapis lazuli. Lapis. This is lapis from Egypt, by the way. This is really cool, actually.
Oh wow!
My sister bought this for me.
Yeah, that is nice.
And this is glass, but turquoise, blue lace agate. This is sodalite. This is blue lace agate. It's kind of cool.
Is this a celestine?
And that's the sodalite. No, that is. I don't remember.
Celestine.
It's not coming to me. The word. It's okay. Celestite.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Okay.
And the essential oils is peppermint, eucalyptus, and lavender, which makes sense.
Anything that's calming, really, a lot. Whatever calms you, because it's the calmer you are, the more at peace you are, the more you're the more you're able to just be true and honest. The people who have the most power,
lips are vibrating. It feels funny
in the way they express themselves, are usually expressing themselves not in anger, but in poised, in groundedness, in peace most of the time.
Hi, Hilde. It's late where you are.
I love that you know.
She's in Belgium. That's late. It's 1:30 in the morning.
I love how you remember everybody where they're located. Hello. Hi. Okay, so now all we have left is the activation. Is everybody ready?
Here we go.
Let's do it. We'll start, I guess, also with the meditation.
Yes.
I'll do the meditation as per usual. So at this very moment, you can take your time. You can sit down, maybe lie down, close your eyes, start taking a couple of deep, long breaths in and out. And the breaths are really just to start telling your body that it is safe to receive this activation and clearing by Sabrina. By relaxing yourself right now, you are accepting this transmutation within you. We're going to clear up the throat chakra, clear up everything that we've been wanting to say, that we've been postponing to say, and all the things that we don't even need to say anymore. And we're going to start by just rooting ourselves. And we'll do this by visualizing roots from the bottom of our feet, going down, 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 towards Mother Earth's heart, towards her center, and gently wrapping, once we've arrived, these beautiful roots of ours around her magmatic sphere, to greet her, to be nourished by her fully and unapologetically. With each breath we take, allowing this light, her compassion, her love, going up, 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 hitting the soles of your feet, going up your legs, up your spine, up your body, down your arms, up your neck, and allowing this energy to overflow the top of your head, creating this beautiful blue shimmering light all around your body, and allowing this light to penetrate every single cell of your body. Allowing it to calm your nervous system, calm your mind, calm your breath. Just basking in this light, getting ready to take in this activation. And when you're ready, visualizing a light from the top of your head going up, 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 towards the sun of all suns, towards where it all began. And once you've arrived, Greeting this powerful light, acknowledging its presence as your own, and allowing this shimmering golden white light go down, 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 hitting the top of your head, going down your spine, down your arms, down your body, down your legs, and allowing this energy to overflow the soles of your feet, merging with this beautiful white, blue, indigo light, turning it gold and bright, harmonizing and aligning with your inner truth. Giving yourself grace with everything that might be coming up. Showing gratitude for yourself, for allowing yourself to open up and receive this beautiful information and codes. Thank you, Sabrina, for sharing your magic.
Thank you. My intention today is to provide deep and effective healing to the collective's throat chakra. I aim to cleanse and release all blockages and imbalances, whether they are rooted in emotional, energetic, or physical causes. This healing will restore the collective's ability to communicate clearly, express their truth, and connect with their inner voice, promoting harmony and balance in both individual and collective expression. Cleanse the collective throat chakra of any blockages caused by fear of judgment, past traumas, or suppressed emotions. Release all energies that prevent clear and honest communication, allowing each individual to speak their truth with confidence. Release any energetic blockages in the collective that have accumulated over time. Dissolve any stagnant or dense energy that hinders the free flow of communication and self-expression. Cleanse the physical manifestations of throat chakra imbalances within the collective, such as throat pain, vocal strain, or respiratory issues. Release these physical symptoms, bringing relief and healing to the body. Release all fear, anxiety, and insecurity related to self-expression and communication from the collective. Allow each individual to let go of the fear of speaking out and to express themselves freely and authentically. Restoring the collective throat chakra to its natural state of balance, empowering each individual to speak their truth and express themselves with authenticity. Encourage honest and open communication, both internally and externally. Heal any emotional wounds or scars that have contributed to throat chakra imbalances within the collective. Fill the throat chakra with compassionate, soothing energy that supports emotional release and hiring. Restore the free flow of energy, connecting it harmoniously with the heart and third eye chakras. The balance will allow for the clear expression of feelings, thoughts, and intuition. Strengthen the physical aspects of the throat chakra within the collective, promoting healthy vocal cords, clear breathing, and overall respiratory health. Support the body's ability to express and communicate with ease. Empower the collective to communicate effectively and with confidence, whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or spiritual practices. Encourage each and every one of you to listen as well as speak, fostering understanding and connection. Your throat chakra is now cleansed, healed, and balanced. You are empowered to express your truth, communicate with clarity, and connect with your inner voice. The collective is aligned with the energy of honesty, open communication, and authentic self-expression. So be it. So it is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. And woo, this was the energy was insane. Look, boom. Okay, love you. All right, guys. Hello. I know you're all like tired, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
Tired. It was crazy. I saw like multiple snakes going up and down your spine, like blue ones. Just like it felt like a higher frequency when it was going like up.
The energy of the thing was like
at a point, like the whole energy went into your hand. I felt like right at the tip of your hand, and you were glowing blue. And then at a point, I felt like I needed to completely blow air on everybody, like just. I needed to like
a blue dragon fire.
Oh, maybe.
I like that.
Did you put like this? I put it here.
I removed it because I was told by one of us, we want to see your faces.
Even during the activation.
Yeah, it was nice. So I like to see your face during the activation.
I feel like I look like so weird when I like.
Thank you, Tammy.
How's everybody feeling?
Ooh, had a lovely shoulder drop at the end of that. That's good. You fell asleep. Ciao.
Okay. A shoulder drop. That means
that's really good because the neck and shoulders.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yeah, this was amazing as usual.
As usual, yes. We love the you guys are amazing. Honestly, like just the fact that you guys tolerate, just like tolerate everything.
You're doing an amazing job, ladies. You have a lot of fans from Mauritius. Oh, yes, thank you.
Thank you
again for these amazing
Mauritius
sessions.
Beautiful over there.
You won't even sometimes know who to help. Oh, that's so nice. Look, like this was too fast.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were reading.
Thank you again for those amazing sessions. You won't even sometimes know who it helps. Some of us there in one way or another. That really like amazing because sometimes we don't know.
No, we don't. We need to hear it too. You know, we do all this work and we forget to pat ourselves on the back sometimes. So when we hear it from you, it reminds us, oh yeah, you know, we need to pat ourselves on the back too.
Yeah.
So it reminds us. So thank you.
Thank you.
But you saying that, it gives us permission to just, you know, yes, like accept. It helps us receive too. So thank you.
You're the best.
It's crazy because the one of my students that is doing the mentorship, she also said she's been doing the activations. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I like that.
So yeah, thank you.
You're appreciated. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys.
Especially you guys in Ireland here. Jenny, like
all you that comes in live every single time. Like honestly,
I appreciate all of you.
Yeah,
okay.
So much. Fell asleep. Amazing. You know, when you fall asleep, that's usually the energy could dive in deeper because there's no resistance anymore. There's just like.
And feel free to do these activations.
You're in a different frequency too. Like
at other times, whenever you're feeling, you know, like let's say your throat is like, and you're like, yo, I'm aware of it, Sabrina, but you can come back and do this activation at night. So it releases everything.
That's you, Lynn, who's been asking that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay, guys, one last one. I mean, we're just going to tell you what's going to happen next week. Well, not tell you. Just
actually, the next one we're doing on September 2nd, which is Labor Day weekend in North America. So we decided some of you might be home. So we figure we'll do one on Monday at 12 p.m.
Yeah. Let us know if that works.
So I hope that works for you because
which is the third
Monday.
eye, right?
Yeah, third eye. Yeah.
Yeah. So Monday, my sister's birthday. The first is the first, right? Monday?
No, the second.
The second? Oh, Sunday. But yeah, the third eye chakra. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. So this is going to be a nice one. It's going to be an interesting one.
I mean, the third eye chakra I feel is the one that's the most commercial, right? It's the most mainstream one because it's like, you know, people, the intuition, everyone talks about the gut instinct, you know, the gut instinct is there, but whatever that I see things, you start to see like your third eye chakra explodes. When the moment you move into an awakening, you're like, oh my God, I see all these things. And that's the chakra, I feel like, of the awakening.
Once you've mastered every single chakra in terms of awareness of them and really taking your because the whole point of this is you're taking back your power. You actually grounding yourself into such a deep level that nothing can control you anymore. And you're doing this through, I'm going to do it.
Control. I'm going to do it. Control. Like, take it.
Let me finish my thoughts, Sabrina.
Yeah, okay.
This is why we love each other. But yeah, all that to say that the whole process of this whole mini-series and just life in general, the journey is teaching you to be completely free, and using these different energetic centers, these points will help you really master and see where you're giving your power to, and where is it that you could be easily controlled, right? Because if you're overactive throat chakra and you're easily able to anger you, well, then anybody could use that against you, right? So I forgot where I was going at with this, but all that to say,
I interrupted you.
Oh yeah, all that to say is that once you get to the third eye, everything's already been cleared. So the visions and the gifts that you were given are going to be even clearer at that moment too.
Yes.
Anyways, so yes, this is here.
This is what I was annoying her with. Yeah. I've had so much orange in my life this week after the sacral, but from food to decorating, lol, gotta love the synchronicity. I mean, it's like, is it synchronicity or is it just?
Is this just you?
It's just I speak a lot about this in my videos, that we're all here from the future. I truly believe that we came back from the future, so we've all done this already. So is it really synchronicity,
That's
Jenny? It's like you probably already did it, and you like, yeah, I already watched that sacral. I'm shocked. And a lot of us, like, maybe you'll start wearing blue. Maybe you'll change up your decoration to blue this week.
I agree. Is it really synchronicities, or is it just you attracting exactly what you need?
But also, like, we're all in the same wavelength right now. We're all thinking together as a one. You know, like the Matrix. We're all like attached to one, like, same thinking machine.
Yeah, it could be. Well, I mean, there's so many theories. There's so many possibilities, and they probably all exist in. If you go quantum physics, they probably all do exist
right now,
all at this very moment. Exactly. So
yeah, third eye is going to be fun.
It'd be crazy to think that this is all there is. That's the way I see it. It'd be crazy to think because of everything that we've learned, but also we're on this rotating rock in the middle of nothingness too. So it's just like, I mean, anything is possible if you really think about it. So why are we limiting ourselves? So
yeah, it's great. Yeah, I love it. All right, guys.
We'll dive more into that in the third eye.
You just bought blue pajamas.
Amazing.
I love it.
You're going to activate your throat chakra as you sleep, my darling. And that's it. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, I really love you guys. Thank you for your energy. It was so amazing.
Great pleasure. I love Sabrina's community. Like, hats off. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you so much. You guys are. And
now that I have you here, I'm gonna ask you one little thing. Can I put in something for my next week's live?
Yeah, 100%.
So this weekend, I'm doing a Let's Talk, and I'm going to talk about Pluto entering Capricorn. So I want you all guys to look at your birth charts, and because I want to know where your Pluto is. Okay, you bring your birth charts to my Let's Talk, and we're gonna have fun. Okay,
that's gonna be so. Pluto is he's the powerhouse of death and rebirth. So let's dive. Yeah, I love that you're gonna be doing that next week. And that's it, guys.
All right, welcome, guys. Good night good night to you guys. Yeah. Love you too. Ciao. Okay, bye.
Till next week or till Saturday. You can see us Saturday.
What time? No, my Let's Talk. I'm gonna just put it on. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
next we're gonna see Monday, September 2nd, Third Eye Chakra live.
Yeah, 100%.
Then we'll have one after that, and that'll be done for chakra, and then we'll figure out something else.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. Peace out. Love you.